Hey everybody, good morning. I am out in Tacoma today. Decided to get a couple extra minutes that I can roam around and found this old cemetery we're going to check out. It's part of one of the older cemeteries in the area. It started late 1800s, about 1950s-ish. It's part of a newer cemetery, but it's called the Old Pioneer Cemetery that we're going to be checking out. No signs that I can see to show that it's the Old Pioneer Cemetery, but let's go check out some grave sites. So for this one, kind of tell how long it's been out here. Freddie Price. It looks like he was born 1883. He died 1884. So just a baby here. It looks like right next to him, Howard Price, born in 1878 and also died in 1884, September 20th. Not the same time as Freddie, same year. Can kind of tell how long these have been here. It's even hard to see them now. They need to be cleaned off. There's a whole line of them, of markers grown over. There's one right about there, another one right there. Now as I'm roaming around, I happen to see this. I'm about to go check those out a little bit. Is that what the coffins are put in? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell on camera here, but you can see these indentations along the way. I'm guessing enough more old, either buried headstones or not, but there is one barely peeking out. It's definitely not legible, but there seems to be little indents in this whole area without headstones. Here they are. Just boxes for somebody's final resting place. A couple have been recently removed. Some are missing their tops. It's just fascinating to me. Also got some dirt piles over here, I'm guessing from the recently or over time grave sites. I've always been fascinated by just the thought of a cemetery and how many people are there, and that's where they choose to have their final resting place where their loved ones can come see them, hopefully. And then you get to these ones that are from the 1800s that are just falling apart and forgotten. What happens then? Can they ever reuse that space, or I don't know. Life's a crazy thing. Enjoy it while you can. Just kind of walking around to a couple bushy areas. I'm guessing the maintenance vehicle trails where they dump the dirt and get the sarcophagi. I don't know. Either way, interesting. Let's go back to this older part, find some more headstones. So what I'm learning is that the Old Pioneer Cemetery, or is a pioneer Catholic cemetery that was once here, it's the oldest in Pierce County, and it was filling up. So they came up with the new Cavalry Cemetery with some purchased land, and that many burial records were lost pre-1905 when there was a fire that destroyed the records. So they're trying to get information off the headstones, but as I'm guessing with many of these, records could have been lost. There just seems to be so many long forgotten burial sites here. You can see one there, there's another, there's one over here, and I'm guessing I may be standing on some that have been completely covered over, and just passers-by on this main road out here wouldn't know. They just seem to be forgotten. And these aren't even from the earliest parts of the cemetery. A couple of these people died in the mid 1930s to early 1940s. Got a few of them hidden under these trees over here. And as I was walking in, I look over to my right, and just completely grown over. These and even some little mementos that people left. As I'm walking around, I'll notice I see a headstone. Right next to that tree. Wonder if those trees were even there when these people were buried. There's some in the bushes right there. All those are all from the early 1900s from what I could see. And then you have these gaps. All this gap. Are people buried there? I don't see any headstones, but I can't help but think that there are. Just forgotten. Makes you think, in 100 years, will this cemetery even be here still? Will it just be forgotten to be later discovered? Look at all the gaps. What happened to all the headstones? Were they stolen? Just overgrown? So I've made it to the section where the headstones all seem to be from the 1800s, as well as multitudes missing. There's just blank spaces here. Seems like if their headstone wasn't large, it's either buried or stolen or destroyed. I'm just about done here for the day. Check out this one. Just an old wooden cross. No names, no dates. I just wanted to say, if you ever get a chance to go to an old cemetery, or really any cemetery in general, to pay your respects, and you have a little bit of time to walk around, do it. Kind of opens your eyes to reality and to life. And it's just really an interesting thing that we humans do. The last one I'll leave you with is this one right here. A tree with a board on it. I wonder how small this tree was back in 1902 when Clovis was buried here. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'll get another video out soon. Looks like someone at some point revisited this one and put a little cross. 1916 on it. Paulina Tangora. Just an unmarked cross on a tree. Did this tree grow into somebody's gravesite? With what I've seen so far, my bet is yes. My only guess is that there's a child buried here. Probably some of the saddest things we'll see. Just pray, whoever the parents were of that young one, that they found peace